Hey everybody, welcome back to Everything's Plastic Toy Reviews. Today we are finally building this Build-A-Figure. Only a year or so late. Way behind on this wave. If you guys are familiar with the channel, you guys know that I originally passed on this wave. I'm trying to cut down on my Marvel Legends and trying to collect some different stuff. Decided I actually want to go back and try to complete this wave. Try to complete this awesome Build-A-Figure. I mean, come on man, this guy looks gnarly. So I just did my last review on Winwoo if you guys want to check that out. If you want to check out any of these other reviews, I'll have the links in the description below. But let's get to it. Let's assemble this guy and get a closer look. Just to give you guys a quick look at the body. Quick look at his arms as well. We can see the awesome detail in his fingernails. Looks nasty, as my daughter would say. Same thing with the other side. We got a gripping hand over here, open hand on this side. So this is a pretty hefty Build-A-Figure, man. Pretty big guy. So far it's going together pretty good. I do actually have a extra leg. My son wanted the Shang Chi figure, so it came with an extra leg. Legs are usually the ones that give me the most problems. I may have to do it off camera. And here goes the last leg. So here he is, fully assembled. We forgot to put his cane in his hand. Let's give you guys a closer look at that. We can see all the dents and scrapes and all that good stuff into the overall mold. Looks pretty awesome. Let's take a closer look at this guy. See the awesome detail on that face, man. This is a pretty awesome face sculpt. See the cool bow tie there inside. And we got some suspenders going on in behind there. Cool detail on the buttons there going down through. Wish they could put a little bit of paint on those buttons there too, just to make it stand out a little bit. Other than that, we can see a little strap on the back here, buttons here. We can see the hair sculpted onto his hands there. We got a bit of color into that. Really wish they actually painted his nails. Would have made it stand out a little bit. Maybe put a bit of yellow paint, almost like his teeth or something like that, just to make it pop a little bit more. Other than that, like I said, this guy is pretty plain. For articulation, this guy's head goes up, back this far, down this far. You got side to side. You got a full rotation. Shoulder comes up this far, full rotation all the way around, single jointed elbow. For his wrists, both wrists go back and forth and all the way around. There is a little bit of that crunch. You get a little bit of movement there. Obviously, it's going to be restricted by his jacket, but overall, not too bad. You do get a full rotation there as well. His legs come out this far, so pretty restricted coming out. Going forward, it goes forward this far. Doesn't go back that far. Pretty restricted going back as well. We do have single jointed knees. We don't get a rotation there like we do on most single jointed knees. Rotation is there on the elbow though, which I forgot to mention. And as for his ankles, obviously you can tell that it's going to be somewhat restricted. So it goes forward this far, back this far, and you do get a full rotation out of that. So articulation wise, this guy is a little bit restricted, but I kind of assume that anyways. Let's put his cane in his hand. I actually really like this guy, man. The plastic that you use for the outside is kind of flat. See some defects there in the actual mold itself, in his legs, his arms and all that stuff. A lot of discoloration in the plastic, a lot of fading into the green. Not a lot of paint on this one, but what is actually painted looks pretty awesome. Excited, like I said, to get this guy completed. Only a year or so behind, but at least it's done. And there's one more wave to check off for my collection. Alright, so here he is with the rest of the wave. And you can see this guy is just massive, man. That's what I like to see out of our Build-A-Figures. I really love getting these big, massive Build-A-Figures, man. It makes me feel like I'm getting my money's worth. These figures are getting pretty expensive. I know this is over the wave. I actually waited to get a lot of these guys on sale or on clearance. So I did save a bit of money on this wave. Especially with the price increase, I buy so many figures that I kind of have to wait for most of these guys to go on sale. I've been holding off on buying any new waves. I think the last wave that I pre-ordered was the Thor Love and Thunder. Thor is one of my favorite MCU characters, so didn't want to take the chance of not being able to find figures to complete the wave. Overall, I think this guy's awesome. Even though there's only 4 movie figures in this wave, I still think it's a pretty awesome wave. The Tony Stark AI is a pretty cool figure, and so is the Civil Warrior. One more comparison. Let's do a comparison to Kingpin, Build-A-Figure, and we got Hulk over here from the 80th anniversary 2-pack with Wolverine. So as you can see, man, this guy is a pretty big figure overall. A little bit bigger than Wilson Fisk, but smaller than the Hulk. So overall, still a decent sized Build-A-Figure. So that pretty much wraps up our full assembly and overall review for the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure. Overall, I'm going to give this guy a 7.5 out of 10. Face sculpt is awesome. I do like the overall sculpt of his hands. A lot of defects in the plastic, a lot of discoloration. Plastic is uneven, a lot of fading in the overall plastic. If you guys can do some custom work, I think you can fix this guy up nice. Articulation is a little bit limited, but obviously, I mean, it's going to be limited anyways. It's a big, massive figure. Single joint elbows, knees, and everything else. Like the legs are a bit restricted, ankles are restricted. I do have a little bit of ab crunch, but overall, I think my score of 7.5 out of 10 is a pretty fitting score. As always, let me know in the comments below what you think of my score. And if you guys had to rate this one out of 10, what would you give it? Let me know what you think of my review. And if you liked our review, don't forget to click on that like button, give us a thumbs up, and that subscribe button is there as well if you guys want to subscribe to the channel. As always, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting and stay safe.